Happy New Year. This is your advisor, Karen Cornell, and I am starting 2024 off with a fantastic series that I'm going to do every week. And that is, I'm going to bring you videos. And this is a big challenge for me because, as you know, I am a mom of young children and I'm busy and I don't know what day the videos are going to come to you, but I am promising you a video a week. And those videos may be tips and tricks. They may be products of the new products being launched. They may be a product that CM has had for a while and that we've kind of forgotten about. And it could be layouts, it could be borders, it could be anything. So that is my promise to you for 2024, to bring you more content. And I will do it because you're going to hold me accountable. I know you are. So, but I'm going to start today with custom spines. CM is offering a promo of 33% off 4 or more spines from January 2nd through January 19th. This is a fantastic deal. Custom spines are $10 each. So if you get 33% off, that's fantastic. And you can make your albums look complete on the shelf. It really gives a finished look of them. Plus, once you do several albums, you're like, what album was that? I don't remember. So this way it helps, it makes you feel good that you can go to the bookshelf and know what album you're pulling from, because when you have to come up with proof that something happened, or if you're looking to see where you put something on a shelf for Christmas one year, I may have done that this year. I'm not gonna divulge any of my secrets, but I may have done that this year. But anyway, so I'm gonna walk you through the custom spines. It is super, super easy. Do not be intimidated by it. So I am going to go ahead and share my screen. We're going to go right here to sharing screen. The first thing you need to do is go to the website and log in. You're going to log in right up here. I'm already logged in. You're going to go to shop and go all the way over to the right where it says digital. Click on digital. CM has lots of digital content that if you want to create an album, or custom album covers are beautiful. You could do refill pages. You could do a paper album. But today we are just going to focus on the custom foiled spines. So you're going to click on that. And if you have never done a custom spine before, I highly recommend going to this, watch this video now, click on that, and CM will walk you through step by step of how to create a spine. The other resource that is fantastic is, if you scroll down here, it says we have a handy guide for all previously offered CM album colors located here. So that is this. So this is every book cloth that has been released since new company has come back. So the old co, I don't have those, but I have all new co. So they're all right here. This replaced the swatches. So they have made this the swatches. It's nice because you can see them compared to each other. So if you have one that is maybe a spine is no longer available, you might be able to find one that matches. Some things other people have done is they've done all the same color of spine so that it looks nice on their bookshelf. Some do all black, some do all navy, some do all cobalt. But just remember that the ebony, cobalt, ruby, and chocolate are part of their core line, so they will never, for the foreseeable future, will not be changed and will always be available. So this is a great resource to help you. Another resource I have posted on Facebook is, and I think in my newsletter, is a Excel spreadsheet of every album that has been released from the new company, with the title of it and the color of it and the year. So that is a wonderful resource to keep track of everything. That is updated, and I will post that, a couple times a year, not very often, because, but if you ever need it, let me know and I can get it for you. So what you're going to do is you're going to decide, first of all, what album color you want. So here they all are that are available. If it says WSL, that means while supplies last. So if you have a boysenberry album, you want to go ahead and do that quickly before they sell out. So I'm going to do ebony just because I'm going to work on my Disney album. And that gives you two options. So normally you have three options. Let's see. So you have a black, gold, or silver are your three options for the foil. But I'm going to do the ebony and I'm going to do the silver. And then I click customize. And I'm going to name this Disney, oops, 2023, because that's when we went. And I'm going to put volume 1 because that's what I know I'm going to have 2 volumes of it. And you can call that whatever you want. But here's where your text is going to go. There's some things you want to pay attention to. You want to pay attention to the save often, and it'll go to what you just named it. Here's a little help tool if you need help with anything, and then a preview. So the first thing, there are different options here. You can change the color. You can change and go, and you can see what it's going to look like from all, and they're in alphabetical order, and it gives every option. So clay, you can do black, gold, or silver, but some of them you can only do 2 options. So let's see. Like ebony, you can only do gold or silver because of course you can't do black because you wouldn't be able to see it. So anyway, so I'm not going to change my theme. So I say don't change. And then you're going to go to text and you can add extra text boxes, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. And then layout. So you can have different layouts. So you can change it. This is the current layout where I have a text here and I have a place to put the date down here. I could have, if you just want the year up at the top and you just do only family albums, you could just do the year. And some people do like January to April or however far you get in that year. You could do January to April 2012 or whatever, and you could just put it up there. You could not have a date. You could just have what the album is, which if you're doing these in the future, you may just want to put, if you're doing a trip, like do Alaska trip or do Hawaii trip, just think ahead. You could do it up at the like justified top or justified to the bottom, and you can also just have a date at the bottom. So I do both for this album, and then I'm going to click on add text optional. So I'm going to write Disney World. And then I have an option. There's my Disney World. And here are all the different options that I could do for fonts. Well, I'm going to do Mouse Memoirs because that's perfect. So, and this font is actually kind of small. So I've experimented with this and I like to do them as big as I can. So if you go too big, you'll see that it says some text may be cut off when printed because it has to stay within this dotted line. So do you see my blue line is outside the dotted? So then it'll be cut off and that won't look good. So I've already experimented with this. I know that it's 60. I've already centered it. If I want it up at the top, I can move it to the top. I can move it to the bottom, but I like it centered. I can also bold it. I don't want to bold this font. Now, this is where you can, this is called transform, and you can move this so that you can make it exactly in the center. And that's what I like to do. So when you get that perfect X, that green X in the middle, that means it's centered vertically and horizontally, which I think it looks best that way. So just, but that's personal preference. If you only want to, make it this way and you want to move it up a little bit, you could. But I like it perfectly in the center, and you have these little guides to help you. So then I'm done with that. Now that one's done. So now I'm going to go down here to this text, and I'm going to put January 2023. and then it automatically puts it on the bottom line. Well, I don't want that Roboto slabs. I want the mouse. And I have already noticed that it's kind of faint, so I go ahead and bold it. And if I want this on 2 lines, I can just do this if I wanted, and it could be January 2023. Um, and that's how I like it because my other album has we were there September to October, so I like the month in the top line and the date on the bottom, but that's just my personal preference. So, and then I also have this little the transform it, and I can make sure it's where I want it to be, which it is. And then and then I'm going to I would like to add another text box up here. So I'm going to go and I'm going to add an empty text box. Now, this is where it gets kind of tricky. So I want this to be a volume 1. Okay. So there is my text. I'm going to make sure it's in mouse and it's in bold and 16. Now, this is where I'm going to oops, sorry. I'm going to save because I've done a lot here. So I'm going to go to my volume, and there I'm going to take this and I'm going to transform it. I don't know why that keeps coming up like that. Okay, hold on. Technology, you gotta love it, right? Okay, so don't Disney World is fine. I want to go back to my volume, and I want to shrink it. Let's just go to transform. I don't know why that keeps coming up. It's very annoying. You having fun with me? There we go. Okay, so here you see my up and down arrows right here? So I'm gonna make that smaller. So as you see, I'm moving it up and that little 3 dots are going up. So I have that up there, and then I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna rotate it. See how I can rotate it? And I wanna make it 0 degrees because then it's gonna be, make sure that's 0. Go to 0. There we go. And then I want that up and I want it the same place as down here, only on the top. So I'm gonna move it, go to where I get the horizontal vertical, and I'm gonna move it up until I get that crossbar. See how I have a pink crossbar or a orchid color crossbar and a lime green? That's where I want that to go. So then that way, these will be equal distance from the top. Okay. So I think, let me double check that because that doesn't look like it from my angle. So I'm going to move it up. There we go. So I'm moving it up until I can't move, until I don't see it anymore. There. Oh, I think I just moved it. There we go. So then, and then I can look at preview, and then I can see that it's where I'd like it, because this has 2 lines. So that's why if this had 2 lines, it would be up further. But do you see how that works? And so I'm going to save it, and I'm going to go back to edit, and I'm going to make sure I can move this up anymore. So I go to transform, get my double crossbar, and see, I always do it where that line is because it's going to do it on everyone the same. So that way, if I went any further, then they wouldn't look the same on my bookshelf. And I keep them, I do it based on the recommended lines. And that way it's easiest for me. So then I save this, and then you have to go to add to cart. So you have to add it. And this is where they check, you have to check it because they're not refundable, guys. So then you agree and you add to cart. Now, you're like, well, where are the rest of so there it shows up here. It's in my cart, ready to go. Now, let's say you want to add a volume 2. So you're going to go to my account, and you're going to go to my custom products, and you're going to click on this Disney 2023 volume 1. You want to duplicate that. So you're going to give it another name, Disney 2023 volume 2, and duplicate. And then now you're going to go here. If you wanted to change the color of it, you could go here and change the color of it. So let's say I want to change it. Maybe I don't want it that color. Maybe I want it ruby. So I go down here to ruby. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy. Ruby, and I want black. So I change theme. Sorry, not change. Stop sharing. And it may affect your work, which it did. So we're going to go back and then, oh, I don't like that. So then you go back here and you go undo, and there I'm back and happy. Hey. So here I do need to change this to volume 2. It's still the same trip, but then that's done. So then you save it because this is a new album custom spine. You add to cart, you agree, and then you're going to have that one in your cart too. So I go back to my cart. Let's see if I can move my picture out of here. And I can't. Let me move my picture so I can get to my cart. Maybe if I scroll my screen up. I wanted to show you, I can't move my screen. My share screen thing won't move. But anyway, you could click over here on your cart. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Can I get it? I'm trying to show you this, guys, and it's not working. Because there. Oh, no, it didn't work. But in my cart, I will have two. Let's see. Let me stop sharing for a second and go here. Okay. Okay, so it showed I had no items in my cart. So let me go back and show you how to get them to your cart. Okay, let me go. Sorry, this is a little confusing. I'm going all over the place, I know. So we go there. Here's this. So we go to custom products. Here they are. And then you're going to have to edit it. You don't really have to edit it, but go add to cart. Yes, agree, add to cart. Then you have to say add to cart again. Okay, this is a double check process. That's what I forgot to do. So you add to cart. Then it shows up in your shopping cart. Okay, that's where I made the mistake. So I knew I missed a step because I couldn't see what I was doing. So that way it'll be in your things. And this says volume 2. So then you want to go and you want to add the next one. So you go back to account. You go to custom products, no, downloadable products. Then you go to, and it'll say view, you can view it in your cart. Here, I want to edit this one. And I think you can just click on it too, and you can add to cart, agree to add to cart, then add to cart. And then we should see both of those spines in my cart. 1, 2, there we go. I have volume 2 and volume 1. So then, and then you can order them. And when you get all of them, when you get 4 in there, it should take the 33% off, 4 or more. So you can order more than 4 to get that. Custom products, you do have to order on my website. I will not order those for you because they're personalized. And if you have any other questions about custom spines and how to create them, please reach out. I am glad to help you. But this is it's very easy. It's fun. Once you get the hang of it, I hope this video helped you, and I hope you have a fabulous rest of the day. Bye.